Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much, first of all, for tuning in after this inauguration day, January 23rd, or a few days after inauguration. And first of all, I just want to thank you guys for the support on the channel. All of this is you guys. I never expected already. I just started posting again on this channel recently, or fairly recently, within the last few months. And you guys have already shown tremendous support with all your likes and everything, and subscribers, and just everybody supporting the channel. So thank you so much for your comments as well. I do read those, and I appreciate all the opinions and everybody who watches this, regardless of your stance. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. So as we have Trump entering the Oval Office here, a few things I want to talk about. There's already policy changes happening, right? So we're already seeing kind of this acceleration into the blockchain crypto era, as Trump called it, the golden age, I guess, of like artificial intelligence and all this investment and all the deregulation that we're going to see in the next 4 years. I think that's prevalent for a lot of people. They're seeing the regulations change. They're seeing things try to work out for the better. And that's for things like XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. Now, one thing also I'm watching, not just the crypto market, this is news right here. Bitcoin gains as US SEC gives crypto its first policy win. So if it says analysts warn of volatility until concrete crypto policies are announced, and Trump's crypto ventures criticized are for potential conflicts of interest. And of course, Trump has his coin coming out, Trump, TRUMP. So people were kind of making an uproar about that. So we'll see what happens. But it seems like we have a very pro-crypto, pro-blockchain administration. It's not like the Gary Gensler days. I've mentioned that on the channel before, where everything was going to be regulated, and we're going to start taxing all the cryptocurrencies and classifying them as securities and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, like I said, we'll see what happens. But here is the Trump coin I mentioned. They suddenly crash as Bitcoin price dives. And the reason I bring this up is because we're going to talk about three penny stocks that are related to blockchain and cryptocurrency today. And I've actually held on to one of these stocks since 2021. You guys who have been on the channel, you know which one that is. We'll talk about that. But this is all happening in real time. And one thing I've always said back in 2021 is that I think when we get to 2025, we're going to start to see an acceleration in terms of how all this transpires. And so the people who have been patient, as I've been saying, we've already seen GVSI. That's one of the stocks we're going to talk about. It's been kind of trickling up lately. And I think the name of that company, American Blockchain is what it is. So they've already done a name change, and the name kind of resonates, I think, with investors. And so that's part of the reason I think that one's starting to trickle up a little bit. And we'll get into that. But this is like just a totally different era, right? And I think you could call it the Wild West or whatever, the people going out for gold rush, whatever it is. But this is what is happening in real time. And so as I've been saying with the 4-year cycle, 2017 was pretty big for crypto. Even the OTC, when I was back and trading the OTC, we had a lot of runners back in 2017. 2021, same thing. 2025 now, here we are, right? Penny stocks, crypto, all this stuff related to crypto and blockchain is starting to trickle up. And so that's what we're seeing transpire with the regulation changes. I took this snapshot yesterday, 102.5 thousand, 104.65 thousand. So obviously we're past the 100,000 mark. I think we're going to 250,000 before this super cycle is over, before the year end, honestly. Maybe even 500,000. You never know with this stuff. And so we're already, when people saw it hit 20,000, 30,000, that was pretty big. And so it just has to kind of continue. And that's the goal, is people are kind of getting very excited about this, obviously. And we have Ethereum. This was taken yesterday. If we go to the live price, we can see where we're trading. So we're trading down a little bit, right? XRP, I took this snapshot yesterday, $3.18. I remember when this was at $2. Back in 2018 when this came out, it spiked off at $2, and now we are back at the all-time high. We actually just broke an all-time high. And so we were trading at 19 cents in 2017. I bought probably like down here. Obviously, you'd have to hold for a long time. It hit $1.65 in 2021, according to this chart. And now it's hitting $3 a share. So congratulations to all the XRPers out there. there. I do know a couple of you guys, maybe you're watching this, who are invested in XRP, so hope you guys are making bank over there. And as you can see today, it's down a little bit, but the trend overwhelmingly is higher, right? 42% in the last month, 413% in the last 6 months. So we're seeing a trickle up in all of this kind of stuff. Cardano, this is another good one, or a popular one. This one's kind of been on the DL, I guess you could say. It's not even broken $1 yet. We'll see what happens there. I think, with all this stuff just going parabolic, today it is up 1.26% so far in the session. So Cardano, ADA. Then we have the first stock I want to get into, and as we mentioned, American Blockchain Corporation. Now, this has been a wild ride for investors, and what I've seen already people discussing is like $1 billion market cap on this. And so one thing to keep in mind with GVSI is that this one does have 2.1 billion shares outstanding. So if we're talking a half a dollar, or let's say 50 cents per share, that's over $1 billion market cap. Now, we've seen that stuff happen. Back in 2021, we had multiple runners that were all in the billions of market cap, right? We had multiple stocks that just went parabolic. And so this stuff can, in fact, happen again. This stuff, whatever it is, whether we're hitting a $500 million market cap. One of the other stocks we're going to talk about, the one I'm invested in, hit a 250 million plus market cap basically back in, or around $250 million market cap back in 2022 before it crashed like 98% from those levels, right? So that's what can happen. And so that's the volatility you're dealing with as well. And so I never want to just get on here and say, go ahead and, check out these stocks and not discuss the risk, because that's something I always try to do in each video, is to discuss the risk, right? You always want to make sure you are understanding the risk you're taking, make sure you're within your own risk tolerance and investing goals. Consult with a professional if needed, right? So this stuff can be dangerous if you're not careful. Only invest money that you're willing to lose, because the volatility is extreme. But as we're looking at GVSI, or American Blockchain, first of all, this company is set to do a reverse merger or some type of business deal. Same with the other two stocks. And real quick, those two stocks are SRNW, Stratos Renewables, SRNW, and also Worldwide NFT. Now, Worldwide NFT is the one that I personally own. So if we go to Worldwide NFT's chart real quick, I'll show you what that looks like. Now, this one has been down a lot. I actually bought this thing about 2 cents a share back in 2021, right? So when I bought this stock, this thing was, just kind of trending and doing nothing, right? And then it spiked up to the equivalent of 45 cents a share. This is all split adjusted, by the way, because this actually used to be called GOF, and they did a 3-for-1 forward split, which means basically people got 3 times the number of shares for each share that they owned, right? And so that was me as well. So basically, if you owned 100,000 shares, you would get like the equivalent of 300,000 shares and that kind of thing. So that's what happened. Now, I bought right about here, June of 2021, and I did take some profits on the way up, but as you can see, it did crash significantly in one single day. It actually traded down from 25 cents all the way to 6 cents per share. I was there when that happened. Crazy day. Lost a lot of money. I was still up on paper, and I still am. I'm still profitable on this position because I bought so low and I've actually averaged down. But the point is, with Worldwide NFT, it's the same thing. Now, there's actually going to be a name change and also a ticker change, name change and ticker change for this company, according to George Sharp, who's been the custodian for these companies since 2021. So SRNW, same thing. We're looking for a blockchain crypto reverse merger. So as the market's heating up, and I've been saying this all along, it's taken a very long time for these stocks to get a deal done. Now, Worldwide NFT was very close, and also GVSI had an apparent deal going to be happening. Worldwide NFT, though, or WNFT, the one I'm personally invested in right now and have been since 2021, it's currently sitting at $11 million market cap. That's one thing to look at for all of these, by the way. GVSI is sitting at a $15 million market cap, and that's just based upon the anticipation that some type of reverse merger related to blockchain and crypto gets done for these stocks, right? So keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. This is a market cap that's just based upon the anticipation or the future value of these deals getting done. So with that being said, the question becomes, what kind of deals could potentially get done? And why has George Sharp not gotten a deal done in 3+ years? Does George Sharp have an ace up his sleeve, right? And so when we're looking at this, these stocks peaked off tremendously back in 2021. It was a great time to be in the market. Everybody was making money. We were having a great time in all three of these stocks. A lot of people, some people I still talk to today who become friends of mine from that time period, right? And so I really, that was a golden age in itself after COVID, with everything skyrocketing and all the stimulus checks going out. But we had a great time back then. And I think these good times can happen again, right? And I think we're on the cusp of, like Trump said, a golden age of blockchain, crypto, artificial intelligence, all these investments. Also, oil and gas. Now, I've mentioned a company on this channel, if you look back, that's going to be kind of related to the Permian Basin, West Texas, and all that kind of stuff, which check it out if you're interested. But this is all stuff that's happening in real time. And so the question is, can you profit from these stocks? Could these stocks go parabolic in 2025 by getting some type of blockchain crypto deal done? Look at this, right? So the company profile, seeking assets in the blockchain industry. So we're basically seeking some type of reverse merger, some type of deal in the blockchain industry. And I think also, if we look at, blockchain industry, same thing. And so George Sharp, as I mentioned, he's been in charge of these companies since 2021. So what's happened is a lot of people have lost faith. A lot of people have basically become jaded, I think, just from the facts, the blockchain industry. So same thing. And I think a lot of people are just waiting for something to get done, and they're getting impatient because it's been so long. But I would ask you this question as well. Would you rather have these deals drop in a market where it's more likely that the share price will perform very well if a deal is dropped, right? Or would you rather have these stocks have a deal drop when the market's dead? Like in 2022, this thing almost caught the peak of the NFT market. When the deal was coming out, it was basically the peak of the NFT market. And after that, it all crashed, right? And this stock did too. So that's the thing, right? What kind of market do you want to launch a deal in? And I think for these three stocks, Worldwide NFT, SRNW, and GVSI, like I said, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know all about these stocks. This one in particular, the last 5 days, is up 53%. GVSI, as I mentioned, it's been kind of on the upswing lately. And so congrats to anybody who's holding, but keep in mind, this stock was trading at 7 cents plus per share. So basically almost at 10x from the current levels is what we could be looking at for GVSI if it were to hit those previous highs. Now, there's already people, like I said, I've seen circulating on StockTwits and other websites talking about this hitting a $1 billion plus market cap within, this year, basically. So is that possible? Could there be some massive developments with a lot of these stocks, these reverse merger crypto blockchain stocks, as we see a resurgence in cryptocurrencies and all of this kind of stuff? 1 million shares right now for American blockchain is 0.0072. Now, if this goes to 50 cents, you're looking at $500,000. Keep that in mind, right? With all these stocks. SRNW, 14 cents. You buy 100,000 shares, it goes to $1, which it was trading above. If we look back at the history, split adjusted, not so much, but basically it hit 50 cents, split adjusted. And that was kind of the peak, but it was actually $2.50 from under 10 cents per share, believe it or not, when this first came out. So it was a pretty good run back then, well over 20x from the bottom back in 2021. So can this happen again, right? And can we actually get these deals done? What do you think, right? Is George Sharp going to finally get a deal done for these stocks? Are we sitting on dead water? Are these stocks finished? Does Sharp have an ace up his sleeve, right? These are all questions that I would be asking if I was considering investing, because there hasn't really been any kind of deal that's been done in the last few years. So people are getting impatient. But like I said, think about the market conditions and think about what type of environment you would rather get a deal done in. Under the previous administration, where there's much more regulation, or under this administration, where there is a lot less. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Once again, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and that thumbs up if you like the content. We have a lot more coming like this. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Take care and have a great week.